So, the other day I was at my daughter's school and there was a program on bullying. And people were encouraged to sign this petition, and there was some education going on about what bullying is. And I realized that I bully myself sometimes, that I have within me a bully that thinks that the best way to take care of me is to push me around and beat me when I'm down and shame me for having feelings or for not being a certain level of success. And that's a bully. I want to clear that bully. I want to educate and heal that bully so that it joins the choir of self-love. And that's something that I want to do with you now. If you're listening to this, watching this, perhaps you resonate with the idea that you have a bully inside you. Let's do something about it. So tapping where I tap and repeating the words that I say, or just letting them wash over you and breathing and tapping will do the trick. Even though I have this bully inside me, I choose to deeply love and accept myself. Even though I have this bully inside me that's trying to take care of me by pushing me around, I choose to love and honor myself anyway. Even though I have this bully inside me that learned how to bully, that probably was bullied, I choose to love, honor, and accept all parts of me, including the bully. All this bullying, when I most need love, sometimes I bully myself. I beat myself up. I take myself down a dark alley and shame and blame myself till I feel even worse, judging myself for how much I'm judging myself or how poorly I'm doing, as if that could help. And of course, it does not. It just makes me feel worse. And I choose to accept this bully is learned behavior. I learned how to do it. It was modeled for me. And I can learn to undo it. I can learn compassion. And the first thing that I want to do here is to expose the bully, to shine light upon this part of my psyche and love him or her. Hey, bully, it's safe to come out. I know you've been doing your best to love and support me, to try to toughen me up so I would be surviving in the world. I know that you learned that if you could toughen me up, everything will go better. And so you push and you shove and you use words and shame to try to toughen me up. Tough love, you call it. And I want to thank you for doing your best to support me. And together we are going to learn an even better way of supporting me. So we're going to put down the sticks and the stones and the shaming words for a minute here and just open up to a whole different way, a whole different approach. The kind of approach you would have learned, you would have absorbed if it was all around you. And it's called unconditional love. A love that is not dependent on conditions, that just is. You can call it kindness. And we're going to learn to love ourselves the same way we would have wanted to be loved. So when we're down, when we're not feeling our power, we're going to wrap our arms around ourselves and say, it's okay. This too shall pass. I love you. You are safe. No matter what you're going through, you are lovable. And those are your words, bully. I'm inviting you to speak loving truths to my inner child, to be part of the choir of kindness. And maybe part of you is feeling, where is that going to get us? How is that going to help? And I invite us to find out. Because the truth is, when I feel loved and safe, I bounce out. I bounce back, I bounce up, I get off the floor, and I go upon my merry way when I'm not feeling judged. I feel safe. Safe to take risks and safe to fail, as if there was such a thing as failure. See, we're just here learning and growing. There's no failure. And there's no success. Those are just judgments. And I invite us to be too busy enjoying life to care about failure or success. We don't need to grade ourselves. And we don't need to degrade ourselves. Releasing the shame. Releasing all the fear that would cause us to push and shove our inner child. Releasing the fear that would cause us to try to whip ourselves into shape. Clearing the fear and accepting unconditional love is the ground of our being. Loving ourselves without conditions, without requirements, as if I was marrying myself and declaring that I'm going to love and honor myself for richer or poorer, in good health and hard times, success, failure, and everything in between. So releasing the tendency to bully and accepting unconditional love, practicing it, knowing I won't get it perfect. I'm in a learning process here on the planet, and that learning process is likely to continue for the rest of my life. And learning processes need acceptance of mistakes. And I choose to accept my learning process, my fumbling and bumbling, falling down, learning, laughing, picking myself up, and going about my merry way. With less and less criticism and more joyful acceptance. Thank you, bully. And now we call you something else. You don't need that name anymore. How about you be my loving coach? You be the yes I can voice inside me. Yes, you can. Yes, you're going to pick yourself up. Yes, we're going to move through this. Yes, we can latch our heart onto our dreams. All is possible. All is possible. There are no limits. And there's no limits to how much I can love myself and support myself and coach myself from where I am now to where I want to be. All without shame and blame. And if I shame and blame myself, ouch, that hurts. And when it hurts, I stop. That pain is my wake-up call to stop hurting myself, to soften, to soften in my relationship with myself. Softening, softening, softening. Easy does it. I love this beautiful being in front of me. I love being in this body. I want to treat this one tenderly, with great tenderness. And so I do. More and more each day. I get out of my way and let tenderness envelop me. Tenderness, unconditional self-love in body, mind, and spirit. Take a breath, repeat as necessary or as wanted, and thank you for tapping with me.